especially the entire Tom Cruise side plot with him locking himself in Stan's closet, which I would gladly dive into much deeper in another video, since I don't think I would be doing it justice if I were to just simply skim over it. Can't say I was expecting it to literally be the very next video I was going to make, but here we are, I guess. So, if you have watched my last video, you would know that I have beef with Scientology. And this is for many reasons. Not only are they a terrible organization which has killed probably thousands and have their own form of a concentration camp, yes, I'm not kidding, but more importantly, they are the reason for Chef leaving South Park, and that is just simply unforgivable. So, yeah, I have beef with Scientology. David Miscavige signed the contract. Okay, but I'm getting ahead of myself. In my last video, I said that I was going to be making a video where I analyzed what I claimed to be one of my favorite episodes of the show, the very same one which was the basis for Chef leaving South Park. None other than the season 9 episode, Trapped in the Closet. An episode which I also conveniently dub as the most controversial episode of the show, mainly because it gives me a good title. But no, in all seriousness, I do consider Trapped in the Closet to be the most controversial episode of South Park, and let me just quickly explain why. Firstly, let me clear up what I define controversial as. Controversy I define as something which has real-world consequences and an outrage which outscales anything out of the ordinary amount and outside the ordinary audience. This includes many episodes of South Park such as Cartoon Wars 200 and 201, The Return of Chef, Britney's New Look, and like 50 others. And of course, Trapped in the Closet. But why exactly is Trapped in the Closet the most controversial episode out of the bunch? And the answer to that is for one simple reason. It had the biggest real-life consequences. If we compare Trapped in the Closet to the episode which I would consider the second most controversial episode of the show, this being 200 and 201, we can see that both are similar in a way, both have controversial content, and both had extreme reactions from different groups, with 200 and 201 eliciting reactions from the media, but more importantly, Islamic terrorist groups, which actually threatened to do harm onto Comedy Central executives and even kill Matt and Trey. This, of course, considering another 12 seasons of the show have to date been aired, didn't go through. And this is the key difference. Trapped in the Closet did have real-life consequences, the details of which I will get into more on later, but this is why I dub it the most controversial episode. But why? What content could this episode have which made an entire religious organization literally try to end Matt and Trey's careers? Why did the featured celebrity threaten to pull out of all of their movie tours if this episode was to air on TV? What content was so bad that it literally was the basis for one of the stars of the show quitting and even possibly being linked to his tragic death? Well, let's find out.
Oh yeah, and subscribe please. You don't have to, but please. I'm on my knees for you.
I've done this bit so many times, I'm getting kind of bored writing the same thing over and over again. Please stop. Wait, why am I writing this in the script? Wait. What? Why am I saying this out loud? Is this still part of the bit? The episode starts off with all of the four main boys hanging out outside a mall of some sort. They all decide that they're going to go and play laser tag since they're bored. However, Stan doesn't want to spend any money since he is saving up for a bike, and therefore they leave without him. As mentioned, Stan is left behind back in the parking lot, and as he walks around, he finds a Scientology outpost who calls for him. He is taken in by the Scientologists at the outpost for a free personality test, where he finds out that he is completely miserable and totally depressed.
You are one messed up kid.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm afraid that you are completely miserable and totally depressed.
I am? I didn't know that.
And therefore he is a perfect candidate for Scientology. However, to receive treatment from the church, he needs $240 first, which he tries to ask his parents for, but eventually after Randy refuses, he decides to take it out of his personal bike savings. He then goes to the church with the $240 and gets the auditing treatment done on him. As Stan walks through the corridor to the auditing room, the woman accompanying him spits some Scientology lore, where we hear the first mention of different real-world things which Scientologists believe in, i.e. their prophet and founder L. Ron Hubbard, thetan levels, and e-meters. After Stan gets the auditing done on him via the e-meters, he is found to have exceptionally high thetan levels. It is claimed that he registered OT9, a level which has only been previously had by one other person before, L. Ron Hubbard. And this leads to the people in the church to think that Stan is the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard himself. Back at his house, Stan gets greeted by countless members of the church outside as he comes out to take out the trash. And after the higher-ups at the church entered the Marsh residence, they basically explain the situation to him. Stan goes up to his room to think over the situation, as he has just been offered the role of leader at the church, as he is seen as the reincarnation of the greatest prophet. And this is when we meet the main man himself, Tom Cruise, who completely fanboys over Stan, thinking he is the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard. Stan tells Tom Cruise that he is just an alright actor, and Tom Cruise takes this extremely personally, and locks himself in the closet. Big news story about Tom Cruise not coming out of the closet.
Dad! Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet!
What?
Back to Stan now, and the church has successfully convinced him of his position, and he has read the secret doctrine of the church. A doctrine which in regular cases is extremely classified, and this is also where we get to the famous scene where the entire Scientology lore basically is explained in great detail. And according to pretty much everyone, and from what I know myself, this seems to be pretty much exactly what Scientologists believe, and all I have to say to that is, seriously? How? You deserve to be brainwashed at this point. Stan gets asked to continue up on Hubbard's work and continue write the Scientology lore, even though, he knows nothing about the church, but is told to just write the first things that come to mind, just like L. Ron did. Tom Cruise still won't come out of the closet.
Tom? Tom, it's Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Tom, don't you think this has gone on long enough? It's time for you to come out of the closet.
I'm not in the closet.
The boys come to visit Stan at his house as he is writing Scientology lore and try to snap him out of his illusion. However, Stan is completely convinced over it and won't go back with them. And along the conversation, some heavy allegations about L. Ron Hubbard are slipped in too.
Cult? Scientology isn't a cult, Kyle. I've read all this stuff and it's based on fact. Dude, L. Ron Hubbard was a science fiction writer. He lived on a boat with only young boys and got busted by the feds numerous times. I did not. Those are rumors put out by people who are afraid because they don't know the secret truth.
Tom Cruise still won't come out of the closet.
Hey, Tom, it's John Travolta.
Oh, hey, John.
Tom, you gotta come out of the closet. Oh, my God.
Stan writes that Scientologists shouldn't have to pay money to belong to the church anymore, which confuses the leader of Scientology, who is watching over Stan, as he doesn't understand how they're supposed to make money in that case. In response to Stan's obvious confusion about this, the leader of Scientology reveals that it's all an elaborate scheme to get people's money, and even elicits how stupid the concept of Scientology is, to an obviously brainwashed Stan. Tom Cruise and John Travolta still won't come out of the closet.
Why won't you both just come out the closet? And they said,
We're not coming out the closet, so you can just go away.
but everyone wants you out the closet.
That doesn't matter because we're gonna stay.
After Stan learns the truth about Scientology, he reveals that it is all a big scam in front of a huge audience of Scientologists, whilst he is supposed to reveal his new scriptures for the first time. And after this, the Scientology leaders and Tom Cruise angrily tell Stan they're gonna sue him for defamation and calling their religion fake. And then the credits roll with John Smith replacing all the usual names.
Okay, good. Do it. I'm not scared of you. Sue me.
So, yeah, that's Trapped in the Closet. Like I said, it is one of my favorite episodes from the entire show, and if you haven't already seen it, you should go do that, as it is truly one of the funniest and again, all around best episodes of the entire show. Now, if you don't want to, or just simply can't afford to pay for streaming services required to watch the episode, there is nothing much I can do about that. Sorry. I mean, obviously you should not pirate the episode, since piracy is illegal, and that's why I would never promote it on my channel, which is why, to warn you and to caution you against piracy, I highly don't recommend to watch it for free on any of these sites, as that would be piracy and therefore not okay. I'm just going to give you a moment to look through the sites so you see what links to not type into Google. Anyway, like I said, I love Trapped in the Closet for countless reasons. The main ones obviously include the incredible storytelling and comedy found in the episode, whilst also satirizing such a messed up organization and going deep into its issues which are present in it, such as it's basically self-admitting being a scam and having very extremist takes on society, among many other things. Perhaps the most controversial element in the episode, however, comes from the side plot. You know, the Tom Cruise side plot. About him being trapped in the closet. You see, around the time that Trapped in the Closet was being made, there were a lot of allegations and rumors about Tom Cruise secretly being gay. And Tom Cruise, you can say, didn't really take kindly to these rumors, as he would often try to sue those who spread this rumor in different forms. This is why when South Park were making the Trapped in the Closet episode, they wanted to make gay jokes directed at Tom Cruise, since he's a Scientologist, to satirize it. However, they were advised by the lawyers not to do so, since they were obviously in threat of a lawsuit. This is why they never in the episode blatantly addressed the rumor in any form. Directly, anyway. You see, if you hadn't already noticed, Tom Cruise locking himself in a closet and refusing to come out for basically the entire episode is just one big gay joke. And Tom Cruise didn't really see the funny side of this joke when the episode came out. In fact, it was so bad that not only did Cruise threaten to sue the show when the episode came out, he threatened to stop his touring around the US to promote his new movie if the episode was played on reruns. And this actually worked, with the episode not being played on reruns until many years later. However, that's not even what affected the show the worst, as the Church of Scientology launched a full-on investigation onto Matt and Trey after the episode's airing, which was an attempt at digging up any old dirt onto Matt and Trey in an attempt to ruining their reputations and careers. And there was of course much more than this, but I touched on that much more in my chef video, so if you're interested in this topic and you want to see what the worst thing that Scientology did because of this episode, then I highly suggest checking that video out too after this one, as I go into it much more in depth. And yeah. But with all of that said, that's it, I guess. Oh, and quickly, if you have made it all the way here to the end of the video, then congratulations. But more importantly, here's a quick channel update thingy. I have been making a lot of South Park related content lately, and as much as I enjoy it, and as much as I will continue to do it, I've been thinking of making more experimental content lately. For example, I'm currently working on a video where I'm basically going to go in depth and review an entire show, which before making that video I had not seen before. And I even have another show of the similar nature lined up after that one too. And then in the meantime, as those videos take a long time to make, which is partly the reason why I haven't uploaded in a while, I'm obviously gonna make some dumb shit videos in the meantime. After that, I have been planning on making a review for the South Park game, or the South Park games, and the movie possibly too. But with all of that out of the way, yeah, I guess that's it for now. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in a bit.